Number 10. Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott. Recently, Travis has been battling allegations that he cheated on Kylie with his alleged ex, Instagram model Regine Carr. The rumors started circulating when Regine shared proof of herself on the same set as Travis on her Instagram stories last week. The accusations would have probably flown under the radar if Travis had not spoken up and made the whole situation so much worse. He said, "An uninvited person was sneaking photos on what was supposed to be a closed set while I was directing a video. I don't know this person, I've never been with this person." In response, Regine fired back saying, "What we're not gonna do is we're not gonna lie on me. I pretended I didn't know you, went along with whatever effing narrative no matter how much BS I got from it. But to say that you don't know me and you've never been with me when you've definitely been with me and everyone has seen you with me when I have pictures and videos of you with me." She went on to say that he cheats on Kylie every single night and that the whole city sees it happening. Number 9. Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. The rapper reportedly went into explicit detail about cheating on Kim while he was on tour. Kanye allegedly confessed to having sex with groupies during his St. Pablo tour. An insider source told The Sun that it was an open secret within his inner circle that he had strayed following the birth of his son Saint. Quote, "On his St. Pablo tour, he was flipping out in front of his team, confessing to sleeping with girls behind Kim's back. He even said that he's been effing groupies and went into insane detail about his sessions. It was very graphic, his language was unreal." They went on to claim that he told his longtime staff members and they just laughed nervously because they didn't know how to react. Quote, "Nobody could believe what he was saying in front of everybody. It seemed like he was having an episode and was very manic." So this might have been a contributing factor in the Kim and Kanye divorce. Loving this video so far, please hit that like button, it would really help us out. Number 8. Khloe Kardashian and James Harden. Unfortunately for Khloe, her bad luck with basketball players goes beyond Tristan. In 2016, she revealed that her ex-boyfriend James Harden cheated on her too. On Cocktails with Khloe, she explained how, despite the fact that she didn't need a monogamous relationship, James insisted, only to eventually end up cheating on her. She said he wanted to be committed, then he wasn't committed, so Coco had to let him go. For his part, Harden had been very vocal about the breakup and stated why it was the worst year of his life. In his defense, he blamed all of the media attention on their split. He told Sports Illustrated, "I don't need pictures of myself when I'm driving my car. Who cares? What shoes am I wearing? Who cares? Where am I eating? Who cares? It was unnecessary stuff that I think trickled down to my teammates. I had to eliminate that. I didn't like all of the attention. I wasn't getting anything out of it except my name out there and my face out there. And I don't need that. It wasn't uncomfortable, but it wasn't me." Number 7. Tyga and Kylie Jenner. In 2016, a massive scandal erupted when 14-year-old aspiring singer Molly O'Malia accused Tyga of sending her uncomfortable messages online while he was dating a then 18-year-old Kylie Jenner, which was already a controversial relationship to begin with. Molly went public with her accusations and even held a press conference to speak about the incident. Tyga, of course, denied the claims and insisted that he was only reaching out to her because of her voice and to talk to her about music opportunities. Then in 2020, Nick Hogan exposed the rapper for messaging his girlfriend Hannah Lee and showed screenshots of the DMs that he had sent her. Tyga then tried to defend himself and posted all the messages, which showed her clearly flirting back. In response, Tana took to her own socials with a message for Tyga. She said, "Next time you want to try and pull an Uno reverse card, also make sure I don't have a draw 4. You forget I saw you cheating on Kylie when she was filming in Australia. Plot twist." Number 6. Kris Jenner and Robert Kardashian. They essentially had the perfect life. Kris and Robert had 4 children together and they lived in a beautiful home in Beverly Hills, and she was married to a wealthy entrepreneur and lawyer. But Kris admitted that she felt like something was missing, and when she was introduced to professional soccer player Todd Waterman, who was 10 years younger than her, she became involved in an affair. Kris said, "When you're very young, you do a lot of stupid things. It's probably the biggest regret of my life that I ended up having an affair. I was probably just really naive and stupid and restless and didn't realize that marriage has its ups and downs. Sometimes people think the grass is always greener, and that was like what I think I went through at some point." The bombshell revelation first came out in her memoir called Kris Jenner and All Things Kardashian. Khloe later revealed that the affair had destroyed her dad and had a terrible effect on her family. Number 5. Khloe Kardashian and Lamar Odom. It was pretty much love at first sight when Khloe met NBA player Lamar Odom. The pair tied the knot in September of 2009 after just 1 month of dating, but Khloe's only marriage unfortunately ended in disaster. Relatively soon into the marriage, it was revealed that not only did Lamar have a serious substance misuse problem, but he also admitted to being with countless other women during their relationship. The couple divorced shortly after he was found unconscious in a According to Lamar, dating a Kardashian is hard. So hard that it made him cheat on his ex-wife multiple times during their marriage. He said, "When I became Khloe Kardashian's man on TV, it made me look more enticing. As a result," he said, "thoughts came out of the woodwork. If there is one thing I regret when I was married, it was having multiple affairs with different women. That wasn't the stand-up thing to do. I wish I could have kept my D in my pants." Number 4. Kourtney Kardashian and Scott Disick. In 2015, Scott was spotted getting handsy with a stylist, Khloe Bartoli, while in Monte Carlo. It wasn't long after that Kourtney announced she was splitting from the father of her 3 kids. Following the affair, Scott came clean to the family and said, "I've apologized to Kourtney 100 times, but I've never apologized to all of you for letting you down and embarrassing you guys." So it was obvious that he had trouble remaining committed to Kourtney. The two broke up briefly after this incident and then got back together to have a rocky relationship. First, her sister Kim caught a girl hiding in Scott's bathroom in Dubai. And finally, the eldest Kardashian invited Scott on a family vacation to Costa Rica. He ended up sneaking a girl into his hotel room, all while he was trying to reunite with his ex. Final incident is what prompted Kourtney to tell Scott that they were never ever getting back together. Number 3. Rob Kardashian and Blac Chyna. Kris Jenner's only son found himself in hot water after he posted several photos of his ex-fiancée on Instagram and Twitter in July of 2017, in addition to accusing her of substance misuse and being unfaithful during their relationship. Along with photos, he also went on a rant where he body-shamed her and accused her of cheating. He tweeted, "She cheated on me with nearly 20 dudes while we were together. I wonder how many she will sleep with now that we are apart." He went on to say that everyone wonders how Chyna lost all that weight after the baby, and she lies to everyone. "But no, I'm such a great husband that on our anniversary, I paid $100,000 to do this surgery to get everything fixed as much as they could." He was essentially bitter that Chyna had left him after getting the surgery. As a result, she was granted a temporary restraining order against him, and they eventually reached a custody agreement over their daughter Dream in that same year. Number 2. Kendall Jenner and Blake Griffin. These two appeared to be a match made in heaven when they began spending time together in 2017. She even told Vogue, "I'm happy. He's really nice. I have someone being very nice to me." At one point, things became so serious that Blake decided to call off his wedding with his former girlfriend of 8 years in order to be with her. But unfortunately, the supermodel didn't know that she was in the middle of a love triangle until Blake's estranged wife named her in their palimony lawsuit. According to legal documents, the NBA star abandoned his family for Kendall Jenner. Griffin knows very well what breaching promises is all about. After all, he had no problem trading Brian Cameron, his former fiancé, and the mother of his 2 children, for reality television star Kendall Jenner. Soon after the rumors surfaced all over social media, Kendall was seen sitting on the sidelines still supporting Blake, but it's likely that all the negative press attention surrounding his cheating is what caused them to break up after only a few months of dating. And coming in at number 1, Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson. In 2018, photos of Tristan having an affair surfaced online while he was dating Khloe. To make matters much worse, she was 9 months pregnant at the time. Not long after, TMZ came out with video footage dating back to October of 2017 that showed the NBA player kissing 2 other random women at a club. But despite the fact that there was now hard evidence of Tristan cheating on Khloe, without really attempting to hide it, they decided to stay together for the birth of their child. But things did not stay smooth forever, as in 2019 reports surfaced that Tristan had cheated on Khloe once again, this time with none other than Jordyn Woods, who was a close friend of the family, seeing that she was Kylie Jenner's best friend and roommate. Anonymous party attendees told TMZ that the pair were all over each other and made out several times throughout the night. The explosive incident almost broke up the family entirely, and as a result, multiple relationships were ruined.
In at number 10, Kim and Travis Barker. Blink-182 drummer Travis Barker has been happily dating Kourtney Kardashian since late 2020, but a new rumor might stop the relationship in its tracks. Last week, Travis's ex-wife, Shanna Moakler, exposed that the reason she got a divorce from Travis was because she caught him cheating with Kim Kardashian years ago. Moakler exclusively told Us Weekly on May 18th that she signed the divorce papers because Travis's alleged infidelity. To make things even juicier, Travis actually talked about having a huge crush on Kim in his 2015 memoir, and he claimed there was a portion of time where they were pretty close. But Kim decided to clear up these rumors quickly and took to Instagram to confirm that the rumors of them cheating were not true. However, it's interesting that Kim hasn't even addressed her own relationship issues with Kanye, but she took the time to clear this up, making people think it's kind of fishy. And at number 9, Khloe and Tristan Thompson. Before Tristan and Khloe were together, Tristan had a pregnant girlfriend named Jordan Craig. However, their relationship ended after Tristan started cheating on Craig with Khloe. The story was that Tristan started cheating after Craig got pregnant, and he claimed that he would change. However, weeks later, he was spotted out in paparazzi photos with Khloe. However, Tristan claims that this was not the case and he was single when he met Khloe. He confirmed it on Instagram where he said, quote, "When I met Khloe, I was single. The negative comments that are constantly being directed towards her are unnecessary. She does not deserve all this backlash from my wrongdoings. Both Khloe and Jordan have been nothing but great mothers to my kids." And at number 8, Kim and Kanye West. Before Kim and Kanye were together, Kanye dated Amber Rose for 2 years from 2008 to 2010. And Amber thinks there was cheating in her relationship. And Amber has been incredibly vocal about this. In an interview with Star Magazine, she flat out said, quote, "Kim is one of the main reasons why me and Kanye are not together. She's a homewrecker." Adding, quote, "He can't be faithful, and it's not just with one person. He's just unfaithful with a lot of different women." Amber also said that Kim would send Kanye pictures while they were together. Amber told Kim to stop, but she didn't. Because of this bad blood, Amber started many feuds with the family and has supported her friend Blac Chyna after she got in her own fight with the Kardashians. And at number 7, Tristan Thompson and Sydney Chase. A few months ago, an Instagram model, Sydney Chase, revealed on the No Jumper podcast that she had hooked up with Tristan Thompson while he was with Khloe. Sydney claimed their affair took place in January of 2021. Apparently, Tristan said he was single when they first got together, but Chase cut things off when she found out that was a lie. Things got even worse when an old clip from an Instagram live went viral that showed Sydney getting texts from Tristan live, where he claimed that Khloe was not his type. Apparently, Tristan was drawn to Sydney because she looked like his ex, Jordan Craig. And at number 6, Kanye West. TikToker and influencer Ava Louise made the first allegations that Kanye West had cheated on Kim Kardashian, with Ava adding that Kanye cheated on Kim with a male beauty guru, and this was the reason that they were getting a divorce. She stirred up even more controversy when she liked comments saying that the person was Jeffree Star. Jeffree ended up addressing it in a video where he said, quote, "Jeffree Star is single and I've never slept with Kanye." After getting in lots of legal trouble with the Kardashians, Ava later admitted that she made the whole thing up. But a lot of people think she might have just been silenced by the Kardashians after revealing a big secret. Also around this time, YouTuber Cole Kerrigan tried to prove with screenshots that he was the beauty guru that hooked up with Kanye. Halfway number 5, Tristan and Khloe again. Larsa Pippen is a former BFF of the Kardashian clan, but after she split from the sisters, she revealed a shady secret about Khloe. During an interview on the Hollywood Raw podcast, Pippen said that she was dating Tristan Thompson right before he started dating Khloe, saying, quote, "I was kinda seeing Tristan before Khloe. Before Khloe or any of them knew he existed, I was seeing him. I had him come to LA, I brought him to a party Kim had. I introduced him to all of them." And then without saying a word to Larsa, Khloe and Tristan started their relationship behind her back. Larsa seemed to be a good sport about things, but that's definitely very shady. And at number 4, Younes Benjima. If you remember, Kourtney dated model Younes Benjima for a brief time, but they suddenly split and no one really knew why until months later. Apparently, Kourtney learned that he was cheating and cut it off immediately. A source told TMZ, quote, "Kourtney and Younes broke up the second week of July, shortly after their trip to Italy. Younes jetted off on another vacation without her, and she says that's when he cheated on her, so she dumped him." Then pictures came out showing Younes with Instagram model Jordan Ozuna. However, Younes slammed the pictures and claimed that they were just friends. But Kim supported Kourtney and clapped back, telling him to enjoy his boys' trip with the Pinocchio emoji. However, Younes is sticking strong with the story that nothing happened. And at number 3, Travis Scott. Travis and Kylie were together for about a year and had a child together, but they broke up because allegedly Travis was cheating. It started when Kylie saw some overly flirty messages on his phone in conversations with Travis and multiple women. After this, Kylie accused him of cheating, and in order to prove that he didn't cheat, Travis decided to deactivate his entire Instagram account. At that time, Kylie decided not to break up with him because she felt deleting his Instagram proved that he was loyal. However, around this time, the girl that he allegedly cheated with started speaking out and even showing pictures of them together. After that, Kylie and Travis split for good. And at number 2, Scott Disick. Scott Disick and Kourtney Kardashian are the most on and off couple in the Kardashian clan. And a part of the reason for this is Scott's constant betrayals. Throughout the show, Kourtney has accused Scott of cheating on her multiple times. However, no one's been able to pinpoint if he actually cheated or if he started seeing people while they were on a break. Probably Scott's most famous case of alleged cheating was with Chloe Bartoli. The two were seen getting handsy on a trip together right after Kourtney kicked Scott out of their house. However, Scott claimed that they were on a break when this vacation happened. Finally, at number 1, Tory Lanez and Kylie Jenner. If you guys remember last year, Megan Thee Stallion was shot in the foot after leaving a party at Kylie Jenner's place. However, apparently the fight that caused the gunshot was because Tory was getting too handsy with Kylie. Sources confirm that Tory and Megan were dating for a few months before the party, and when they both showed up, Tory turned his attention towards Kylie because he had been vocal about being interested in her in the past. But Megan didn't like this, and multiple sources say that Megan started a fight with Tory because she felt like he was betraying her. This fight then led to them having a very tense car ride where Tory allegedly shot her.
Coming in at number 10, Astroworld. Travis Scott's Astroworld Festival tragedy completely took over the news cycle, and because Kylie Jenner was in attendance, the Kardashian family was also linked to this disaster. In total, 10 concert goers lost their lives when a crowd surge turned deadly. To make matters worse, Kylie posted a photo of the show on her Instagram stories, and in the crowd you can see an ambulance desperately trying to make its way through. It was a horrible tragedy that led to a $2 billion lawsuit against Travis Scott, Live Nation, and others involved. The backlash was so intense that if anyone in the family posted online, someone would inevitably call them out in the comments for what happened at Astroworld. So, cue the distraction. Suddenly we had rumors of Kim and Pete dating after her SNL performance, and then there was all of the stuff with Tristan Thompson cheating on Khloe with Marley Nichols. Then in comes the whole Julia Fox Kanye West situation, and just like that, so many people have forgotten about Astroworld. But before we jump into our next point, make sure you tap that like button to show some love to the channel. Coming in at number 9, Kris Humphries' marriage. The tumultuous relationship between Kim Kardashian and Kris Humphries will forever live in infamy in the archives of Keeping Up with the Kardashians as one of her quickest marriages ever. The beauty mogul and NBA star didn't even know each other for a full year before deciding to get married. Many years later, Kim would even confess that she felt pressure to get married, and that is why she moved so fast with Kris. After about 6 months of dating, Humphries proposed, and it was all captured for an episode of Kim's show, with the wedding taking place just 4 months later. Despite all of that pressure to get married though, Kim ultimately decided to follow her heart, and after 72 days of marriage, she filed for divorce from Humphries. Things got really messy too, because Kris was continuously claiming that the whole marriage was simply a publicity stunt, which many didn't put past the ever so cunning Kardashians. In at number 8, Kendall's pandemic party. With the pandemic, a lot of people celebrating their birthdays had to find alternatives because social gatherings had been severely limited to protect people from catching the virus. However, when you're one of the specials like Kendall Jenner, you can just throw $1 million party and not get shut down. During Halloween weekend, as cases in the US climbed to nearly 100,000 per day, Kendall celebrated with a packed party filled with celebrities not wearing masks. In fact, the only people that were smart enough to wear a mask were the staff that she had working this super spreader event. Perhaps one of the dirtiest scandals though was the fact that she had pieces of paper around the party that specifically told people not to post anything on social media. However, once that photo was out, it was game over for Kendall. Twitter absolutely blasted these celebrities for their blasé attitude towards this pandemic. In at number 7, Pepsi and Proactive. Kendall found herself in some serious hot water again when she appeared in a Pepsi ad that was blasted for exploiting the Black Lives Matter movement and the debate around police brutality. She broke down in tears on Keeping Up with the Kardashians and explained that she felt really bad that anyone was ever offended by it. However, that was quickly swept under the rug again, and then a new advertising incident arose shortly thereafter. First, it was her Pepsi campaign where she believed that she could solve racism with a sugary beverage. Then we had all of this lead up to another big video that everyone in her family just couldn't believe that she was doing. Her mom, Kris, tweeted something to the effect of Kendall being so brave and vulnerable for embarking on her latest project. Fans even wondered if she was going to address something serious like bullying or depression, but nope, she was just announcing her new deal with the skincare company Proactive. Turns out her raw story was all about her not having the most perfect skin.
But there definitely is an ending, and there definitely is a solution for you. For me, I can honestly say that the magic was Proactive.
Coming in number 6, Kylie's lip injections. Kylie also came under fire as a teen for getting lip injections to enhance the pout in her lips. She revealed in a September 2017 episode of Life of Kylie that she decided to modify her appearance after a former boyfriend told her, "I didn't think you would be a good kisser because you had such small lips." I mean, do whatever you want, and if the lip injection made her feel better, then sure. However, years later, she launched her own makeup line called Kylie Cosmetics, which generated $420 million in retail sales in its first 18 months. And to me, that's sort of like if I started taking steroids and then suddenly started offering personal training courses and discounts on protein. You're lying and then directly making money based on the lie that you presented. Even if she admitted to getting lip injections, she still presented herself and her line as a way to look just like her, which we all know requires much more than just some lipstick. In at number 5, Scott Disick cheating. For a long time, the relationship between Scott Disick and Kourtney Kardashian had been, tumultuous again to say the least. Even the rest of the Kardashian family was confused about the status of their relationship at times, although it became much more more clear when Scott was caught getting a little too close with his ex-girlfriend Khloe Bartoli. Following the paparazzi taking these photos, the two broke up. Although that was just the nail in the coffin moment, before this, Kim caught a woman hiding in Scott's bathroom while in Dubai. And following those exposing photos, Kourtney wanted to rekindle the relationship, so she invited him to vacation with the family in Costa Rica. And while there, he tried again to sneak a woman into the hotel room, all while he was trying to reunite with Kourtney. And at number 4, Khloe avoids jail time. With her father being Lamar Kardashian, the man who is quite the expert at helping people get away with a crime, it's no wonder Khloe found a way to avoid a longer prison sentence. For those of you who don't know, Khloe's father served as O.J. Simpson's attorney during his 1995 trial. And fast forward to 2007, Khloe got arrested for driving while under the influence, and because of this, she received a 30-day sentence. However, she never actually went to prison. In fact, she spent a maximum of 3 hours in police custody before being released. The reason for her release was due to many factors. According to authorities, the prison was too overcrowded for her, and they also received multiple threats after arresting her. They put her in solitary confinement, and the warden came in to say that they knew she was causing all of the problems, so as a result of not wanting to deal with this famous person, they just let her go. And at number 3, Lamar Odom. The former NBA star who was once married to Khloe Kardashian certainly had a spotlight put on his life and struggles therein that exposed some of his deepest and darkest secrets. I truly believe that if he hadn't married a Kardashian, we still wouldn't really have learned who he truly was. In his 2019 memoir titled Darkness to Light, Lamar talks about the scandal that took place at the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel in 2012. He had arranged for 2 strippers to meet him there, as well as reaching out to his drug contact to provide a stash. When his wife saw the bill come up on his credit card, she immediately showed up with her mom, Kris, and pounced on the first woman she saw. Odom recalls Khloe dropping vicious blows while Kris screamed for her security team to restrain her daughter. Khloe then instructed the security to dispose of all of the drugs in the room, although it wasn't much long after this that in 2015 he was found dosing in a hotel room, again accompanied by prostitutes. And this time, however, there was no Kardashian at his side to hide the mess that he had just made. In at number 2, the Ray J tape. But Kim Kardashian is no stranger to the fact that this infamous tape is the reason that she was really introduced to the world. Keeping Up with the Kardashians even premiered on E! Just a few months after it was released to the public. In a June 2012 interview, she said that while she felt humiliated, it only made her work 10 times harder to get people to see the real her. The tape from 2007 almost immediately went viral, and although Kim tried to fight the release of it, she ultimately settled on using the publicity to promote her family's show. Coming in at number 1, the car crash.
The Sheriff's Department told ET that Jenner could be charged with misdemeanor vehicular manslaughter.
It seems like the worst case scenario, you could spend a year in a county jail. Have you been able to even think about that?
Caitlyn oddly laughing off the very serious crime she was faced with, claiming that it's what the media would love. I mean, sure, but also if you hit someone with your car, then you can't really blame the media for saying that you look guilty. While Jenner was driving, let's say, inattentively, she slammed into the back of a Lexus, sending the car into oncoming traffic. Within moments, a Hummer then collided with the Lexus, resulting in the driver losing their life. According to the district attorney's report, they could not prove that Jenner's conduct was unreasonable, and therefore the case was then thrown out. The authorities then shifted the blame to the victim, Kim Howe, who obviously could not defend herself. They claimed that she had rear-ended another car first, and that Caitlyn's collision was a result of Kim's poor driving. Yeah, that's a big no. Kim Howe's family ended up suing Caitlyn Jenner, claiming that her negligence was to blame.
Let's start things off at number 10. She parties a lot. We all know that Kim used to be a party girl. I mean, she and Paris Hilton like hung out all the time and they were like best friends. Since she settled down and gotten married and had kids, Kim likes to sculpt a very specific version of herself for the media. A version where she seems like a good girl and the perfect mom. But make no mistake, Kim is a party girl and she goes on benders, often with her sister Kendall. Ugh, Kendall. Of course, most of her partying is done in secret, but her assistants and staff know about it because she comes home drunk as and throws up everywhere. I actually don't know that for sure, but I'm assuming. At number 9 on our list, the crying is fake. There are so many pictures of Kim Kardashian crying on her reality show, her crying face has become a meme. You can literally buy clothing with Kim's crying face all over it. I kinda want it. But all this emotion seems to be is just an act to boost ratings on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Almost every episode, Kim cries over like really dumb jewelry going missing, or maybe she'll cry about like scandalous photos being released of her in the press when she posts scandalous photos of herself on her own Instagram. But when she's at home and not on camera, she hardly ever cries and has quite thick skin, according to her assistant. And at number 8, she acts like a tyrant. Okay, there's a difference between thinking you like a queen boo and like having self-worth and acting like a tyrant, especially when it comes to how you treat your staff. Kim ordered Stephanie around day and night, and working for her wasn't glamorous. Stephanie never had a break, and she would be the one blamed if anything bad happened, like a flight got delayed. She said, with all that glamour comes schlepping the bags and suitcases and taking the fall when the car doesn't show up or the flight is delayed or something goes wrong. I fail to see how it's your assistant's fault if the flight's delayed. Are you f***ing kidding me? The flight's delayed? This is outrageous. How could you let this happen?
Like, what is she supposed to do about it?
I'm sorry, Kim. Don't hurt me. Don't sit on me. In at number 7, she's mean. Okay, listen, I think all of us can be mean once in a while. Maybe we've got mean thoughts about people, or we say things that we don't mean things that we don't mean. On Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kim comes off as this really sweet person. But when the cameras aren't rolling, a different Kim comes out. She's reportedly rude to staff who have a hard time being around her, especially when she's in a mood. And apparently she's also quite rude to her mom. This was a quote that Kris Jenner posted on her Instagram. Apparently this is something that Kim said to her. "No more Pilgrim Addams family outfits. You have exhausted this look. Move on. We need chic, tight dresses, not this Amish stuff anymore." I don't know about you guys, but I would never say something like this to my mom, even if I didn't like her outfit, which is like some of the time. But if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. In at number 6, she doesn't have friends. They say that as you get more and more famous, you get more and more lonely and isolated. Kim used to have high-profile celebs on her list of friends like Beyonce. Stephanie revealed that Beyonce and Kim are feuding and often badmouth each other, which hasn't become known because it's done privately in their homes. Stephanie also said that Kim has a hard time keeping friends because she thinks she's quote better than everyone else, and she tries to be better than everyone else too. Some other celebrities that Kim has cut off include Jordan Woods, Blac Chyna, Taylor Swift, and Drake. It's easy to judge someone who's got a big ego, but would any of us act differently in Kim's situation? I guess most of us will never know. I mean, I would like to think that someday I'm gonna have 100 million Instagram followers, but like who knows if that'll happen. Maybe that'll get to my head. Probably would get to most of us, wouldn't it? Excuse me, do you know who I am? I have 100 million followers. Let me in! In at number 5, she's a slob. Kim's former staffer said there would be old food in the refrigerator. The trash would be overflowing in the kitchen and the bathrooms. No one would go in there. Kim's bedroom and bathroom are beyond filthy at all times, no matter how often they're cleaned by her many maids. So Kim's got a massive closet. I think most of us can assume that by now. That goes without saying. But when she's getting ready to go out, rather than put her clothes back, she just chucks them all over the place and expects people to clean up after her, apparently. Here's a photo that essentially proves that. Her messy house is also seen when she goes on Snapchat or Instagram stories. Hey guys, it's Kim. Hey guys. In her report, she's vain. No surprise here. I think a lot of us can be vain from time to time. I mean, when you look like this. But Kim's vanity is on another level. She's obsessed with what she looks like. According to Stephanie, she is so vain that she has staff remove plants or objects if they're in the way of a mirror. And while on holiday at Punta Mita in Mexico, Kim took 6,000 selfies on a 4-day trip. Is that weird? Is that like a lot? Stephanie's also seen in some of these selfies. Granted, I kinda get it. Kim's an influencer and all influencers have to do for their job is take photos of themselves, but I feel like 6,000 selfies might be a little much. Just a little bit. And number 3, she's jealous of Kylie. Now this one pretty much goes without saying, but there's always been rivalry between siblings. Always. Unnamed staff sources say that when Kylie Jenner was named the youngest self-made billionaire by Forbes, there were rumors floating around that Kim was distancing herself from Kylie and trying to convince her sisters to do the same. After all, if it weren't for Kim, Kylie wouldn't be famous at all and wouldn't have had the platform that she successfully used to launch her billion-dollar makeup brand, Kylie Cosmetics. Kim saw how successful Kylie's brand was, and then she tried to start her own cosmetics company, KKW Beauty, and it's nowhere near as successful as Kylie Cosmetics. And at number 2, she's got low self-esteem. Remember those photos from that vacation? The cellulite photos? Yeah, those absolutely destroyed Kim. And I think if our squishy bits were plastered all over every tabloid in America, we would feel pretty terrible about ourselves too. I do have to commend Kim though. Instead of feeling sorry for herself, she started a strict diet and workout regimen. She now works with a personal trainer 6 days a week. She doesn't eat processed food. She doesn't even eat bread or salad dressing. The only thing that she allows herself to eat on a snack day is like banana bread. And she looking good. And at number 1, she's not the mother she appears to be. The picture social media paints of Kim is that she's this amazing mother to her children, but as soon as the cameras are not rolling, Kim has 3 nannies that are always looking after them. She fits visits into her schedule with her children, but they are very short visits. This is what a source said, and that source also told The Mirror it's a well-oiled machine with 3 nannies moving around the house, bringing the kids in for a quick Snapchat with mom, then whipping them away again if they start to cry and make a fuss. There's actually photo and video evidence of Kim being like not the best mom. There was that time that North fell down and Kim didn't help her up. She just like looked at her phone. And then there was also that time that she forgot North in the car. And there was also that time where she forgot North in the hotel and like went out to the car and then went back and got her. I actually think she debunked that claim, but you get my point.
Coming number 10, DMs leaked. Scott Disick, who was just dumped by his ex-girlfriend Amelia Hamlin, has been popping up a lot in the news lately after he allegedly sent some harsh text messages to Kourtney's ex Younes Benjamin about her trip with Travis to Italy. Now, a source has apparently come forward to confirm that Scott has some very unsettled ill will towards Kourtney and Travis. While speaking with Entertainment Tonight, the source said, and I quote, "Kourtney and Scott are definitely not as close as they once were. Scott has some unsettled ill will towards Kourtney and Travis being together, and Kourtney is over the jealousy. She thinks Scott needs to grow up," which is an appropriate response to those leaked messages that Scott had sent out. I mean, they were really petty, plus Younes actually called Scott out in those same messages. In the DM, Scott says to Younes, "Yo, is this chick okay? Bro, like what is this, in the middle of Italy?" And in response, Younes said, "Doesn't matter to me as long as she's happy, PS I ain't your bro." This message seemed to be the straw that broke the camel's back in Scott's relationship with the 20-year-old Amelia Hamlin. In number 9, Bella Thorne. Unfortunately for Scott, his new lady at the time was not of age to participate in his favorite activity of drinking booze. Back in 2017, Scott was spotted getting close with 19-year-old Bella Thorne in France while Kourtney was in Cannes, France with her new guy, Younes Benjamin. He also taught her the art of manipulating the paparazzi to make your ex jealous. Kendall Jenner revealed Disick only started seeing Thorne to make his ex Kourtney upset. According to her, Disick had spoken with Kendall about the relationship and he flat out admitted to only doing it to make Kourtney angry. Although Scott lost his narrative when Bella Thorne told several media outlets that the relationship was legit nothing. During an interview with Complex, she told them, "Scott is really nice, sweet, charming. I don't drink and he really drinks a lot. And it just ended up, I just wasn't down. I was like, I gotta leave. I love to go out and have fun. I love to effing dance, but I just don't party hardcore like that and it was way too much for me." In number 8, cheating on vacation. For a long time, the relationship between Scott Disick and Kourtney Kardashian had been tumultuous to say the least. Even the rest of the Kardashian family was confused about the status of their relationship, although it became much more clear when Scott was caught getting a little too close with his ex-girlfriend Khloe Bartoli. Following the paparazzi taking these photos, the two broke up. Although that was just the nail in the coffin moment. Before this, Kim had actually caught a woman hiding in Scott's bathroom while in Dubai. Following those exposing photos, Kourtney wanted to rekindle the relationship, so she invited him to vacation with the family in Costa Rica. And while there, he actually tried to sneak a woman into the hotel room, all while he was trying to reunite with the mother of his children. In number 7, forgetting birthdays. While on vacation in the Bahamas in 2016, Scott really angered the entire Kardashian clan after he somehow forgot his daughter Penelope's birthday. She had birthday wishes from almost every family member except for Scott, her own father. Scott, who had a full 24 hours to send something, even an HBD would have been more acceptable than nothing. He said nothing though, and didn't even offer up a happy belated birthday upon people calling him out for this. Instead, he just posted more of his own face to Instagram, proving that narcissism knows no bounds. In number 6, shaming Kourtney. We know that Scott is not afraid of telling you how he really feels. In fact, he expresses very little remorse for being vocal about things even if it's inappropriate, like the several times that he took various digs at Kourtney's weight in 2013. Many viewers of the show Keeping Up with the Kardashians were shocked to see Kourtney crying because Scott said that she couldn't lose her baby weight quickly enough after the birth of Penelope. He told her, "Last time around you tried to watch what you were eating after you had Mason, at least you were losing weight." When she replied shocked, he added harshly, "Just do it faster, you're my piece of machinery." In number 5, too many pills. Scott is no stranger to partying, as chronicled by his many drunken meltdowns captured for the show Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Although for his 31st birthday he took things way too far. Disick decided to get all of his friends together for an event in the Hamptons where the family was staying for the summer. However, Kourtney, who is usually his calming influencer, decided to head back to LA for North's birthday, which left Scott alone with his own demons. He got so day drunk that a member of the Kardashian security team actually had to take him to bed for a nap. Then when he woke up, he gets ready to party more as they head out to a nightclub. Unfortunately, upon arriving back at the house, Scott decided to take an entire bottle of sleeping pills, which ended up sending him to rehab. In number 4, the paparazzi. Over the course of the relationship with Kourtney Kardashian, Scott Disick has become more and more accustomed to the paparazzi being a normal part of his everyday life. These people's every moments get tracked by these photographers and sometimes are utilized by celebrities to push a certain narrative. However, in 2011, no one will forget his foul outbursts on paparazzi when they got way too close to him and his son Mason at the airport. It was one of the many outbursts that they had caught on camera, but for this point, I at least acknowledge that this meltdown came as a result of protecting his own son. I mean, you gotta give him credit for that. Meltdown, good or bad. In number 3, attacking Rob. On the very same episode that Scott attacked a waiter, which we'll get to soon, he also ended up getting into a huge brawl with Rob Kardashian as well. It's like he never even realized that there were cameras filming him for this show. Well, that or he just doesn't care. At one point in the episode, Scott decides that he is going to trash his entire hotel room and punch Rob Kardashian in the face. This wasn't his last time causing chaos while staying in a hotel though. 5 years later, he trashed another hotel room in Aspen that resulted in a bill of over $1,800 just for the drinks, as well as $500 in repairs to his room. In number 2, the broken mirror. Again, in a drunken rage, Scott Disick had a big fight with his own reflection. When Kourtney returned home, she could smell smoke in the room, and so she questioned Scott about this. Disick, who was passed out at the time and upon being accused of smoking in the house, he began to lose his temper, resulting in him punching a mirror, which definitely undermines a previous episode where Kourtney said that he was a real softie and he's not a monster at all. That aside, Kim and Kourtney were visibly frightened upon seeing this and ran from the apartment to get the baby away from his deranged father. This also marks the first time that the producers of the show actually had to step in and get help for Scott to send him to the hospital for surgery on his hand. Kourtney then informed Scott of the decision to end the relationship and that he couldn't see Mason until he had cleaned up his act. And coming in at our number 1 spot, the waiter. In season 4 of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Scott infamously shoved money down a waiter's throat while partying in Las Vegas for Kim's birthday. Apparently, the waiter had been told by Kris Jenner to stop giving Scott alcohol, which only set Disick off even more. As he shoved a $100 bill down the waiter's gullet, he told him to shut his effing mouth, which definitely confirms that he should have probably been cut off much earlier in the night. Because if that's your reaction when you don't get more of what you want, you shouldn't even been served more booze. Yeah.